Alright guys, for those who don't know, what we're going to do is, this is called the air ride system. This is one of our setups. Usually what happens is usually some of the buildings, the facilities, like clean room facilities like your SUNY, Nanotech, IBM, Global Foundries, Intel, they don't use this system, but during the construction phase you may have to, which we had to do in Malta before they were completed with construction. This was the only air system we had. Now the first step to it is you have a set of air tank. Before we start, Billy's gonna let air travel into the holding tank to the regulator. Then the controls are, everything's controlled from the orange box on top, which is the regulator. Now, this bag, one bag, this piece here, $1,600 a piece. They go up to a piece $5 grand. Depending on the weight, there's all different kinds of weight. Alright, usually we're going to sit there. Obviously this is probably about 600 pounds. There's no weight here. We're going to show you, at the end, all you guys are going to get into it standing, and we're going to show you, you can push it with 2 fingers with it weighing 600 pounds, or 5,000 pounds, or 50,000 pounds. With the right amount of air pressure in the right bags, you can push it with 2 fingers. Or just a little bit of weight into it. Alright, so right now Billy's going to start it off with putting up the air tanks. For this demonstration, we're only going to use 3 bottles, Billy, or 2 bottles, because there's no, instead of opening up all 6 bottles with no weight into it. So we're just going to do it with the 2 bottles. What he does is he opens it up from the air tanks into the holding tank, from holding tank into the regulator. Now he's going to go over there and let the air in right now. Everything has to be turned slow because of the amount of air pressure that's going into there. If you open it up fast, you'll never know until the thing comes flying off that something was wrong. If you do it real slow, you'll hear leaks or you'll hear something pop before it actually happens. Okay, Billy, go ahead and air it up. We usually try to do back to front or front to back. Left to right, no, because sometimes you air ride a piece that's top heavy. And left to right sometimes can be critical. So try to do front to back or back to front. Now that you heard him, there's 1 pound. At the end, when everybody gets in, then we're going to have to read the poundage that we have to put in to actually get off the ground. Alright, Peggy, I don't lose on you. If you could get behind it yourself and push it. Take a picture of it pushing it. In the middle, probably better in the middle. Right here in the middle. Yep. If this had 20,000 pounds, she still will be able to do this by herself with the right amount of air pressure. Okay, a couple of you guys want to test it out by pushing it, seeing what it feels like to float it. Just get 4 guys on it. You just feel yourself on one side, and actually you can just take your fingers and just go like that. With as minimal effort, with 1 person to push, like a hovercraft. The same system as the hovercraft. These systems were originally not designed for tools. They were originally designed for stage use on Broadway. Changing scenery fast. That's how you change the scenery so fast. These air pads, these are called gap masters. There's another one we call a donut. Gap masters can go over track. Won't lose any air. The minute it loses it, it takes it right back up. The other type of bladder will go right to the ground. These air bags right here can actually go down steps. Not too steep, but if steps are like that, you can actually climb steps down. Down a set of steps. Alright, Billy, let it all out. And what we're going to do is ask everybody if you can stand in there. Once he sets it down to the ground, Go ahead, don't worry about the weight. Don't worry.
Come on, Eric. Come on, Bill. Wow, Bill.
Okay, Billy. I'm not sure the weights, but we're going to average everybody at 150. 150. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 2. We're looking at about 1,000 pounds. Billy, where are we at with air?
Maybe on this,
now
on this side,
we went from 1 to 4.
on this side.
So you can see the more weight you add to it, the higher the PSIs are going to go. Okay, now I'm going to try to push all you guys myself.
Uh-oh. Hold on, Ty.
Yep.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So we're looking at about 3,000 pounds, 3,500 pounds. We'll take the donut or whatever. All right. So I'm pushing this myself. I'm using 2 knuckles pushing you guys. So there's really no effort involved. All right. That works.
Good. Good.
Why would you use the air system instead of using a regular skate?
Okay, on a raised floor, depends on the type of machine. Sometimes machines have optics in it. Are very sensitive. Even as much as somebody coming by bumping it with their elbow can throw an optic system off, especially in any semiconductor fabs. So also a lot of the semiconductor fabs have floors that are only rated for so many pounds per square foot. So in this case, you usually protect the floor with steel plating or some type of a Lexan, the thick plastic sheets we use. This allows us to do it with very minimal man support to it, where it stops me from getting a 30-man crew, and I can do it with a 6-man crew. And also picture trying to push this with your backs. How many backs we're saving, how many bruises on the shoulders from pushing. So we do this a lot. The customers are actually a lot of times, customer will go away from a manual and say, I know it says it has wheels on it, but I like that air system better. And that's what we do. We'll use the air just to keep them happy. But that's the main purpose of it, for going to facilities, floor damage, protecting our guys from pushing, straining so hard.
A lot of those facilities have their own house air too. You don't even need the tanks.
Right, that's what I was explaining. Yeah, that they, usually every semiconductor has house air, unless they're under construction, like at Global Foundries, where we had to use. Actually, we were using this air for a little while. These tanks we had up to Billy. What we have at one time on the dock? The tanks that time.
Over 100.
We had over 100 tanks on the dock. We had to be prepared because the more heavier your tools, the more tanks you're going to use, the more air you're going to go through. So we took, one time we moved 13,000 pounds, how many feet? About 100 feet?
No, we moved
down the hall. Down 700 feet. It went through what? 6 tanks, about 6 tanks.
Wow.
So you can get a good distance with them,